what we really need to sell to law firms is here is how you create a more profitable law firm. And it's more than just here's a product for an individual lawyer. It is here's all the infrastructure to transform your law firm into an AI first law firm. And so it is the governance and the change management, the training, ways to deliver these services in new ways. And so that part feels like, that's very differentiated. The horizontal players won't build that. And then connected with the enterprises, I think there is short-term, and we had this historically with the law firms and it's gone away, the self-build, right? Where some in-house departments will say, oh, maybe I can just build this contracting solution myself. And my sense is what's going to happen is similar to what happened with Salesforce, where a lot of folks were like, oh, it's just the database table. I can put all my client data there. I'll just build that myself. And at scale, you really need something like Salesforce because of all the things you need to build on top of it. And I imagine that's going to be similar of what happens with these in-house legal departments. Most of the how do you optimize your legal spend is not going to be you deploy 10,000 super smart legal agents. It's going to be all the process management and the measurement, connecting with law firms and things like that. And so I think that's the part where we don't see too many competitors working on that. But I think eventually getting to that, there's friction kind of from all sides. And I think everyone faces that.
When it comes to bringing Harvey into clients, though, you guys are hiring forward deployed engineers and investing a lot in customer success. I was just curious, as a final question here for other founders out there, how much work do you think AI-focused startups should be doing to help handhold their clients, customers, and get them ready to go? And is that amount of work going down over time as AI gets more advanced, or is it still a pretty big cost for you guys?
Yeah. We actually historically haven't had a large forward deployed motion. And so pretty much 100% of our platform is things that we have built that we are selling to every customer. I think the way that we are thinking about forward deployed is as we go into new verticals, especially for enterprises, how do we figure out what are the right building blocks to put in the platform? So a good example is we are starting to build for private equity outside of legal. And a lot of these private equity firms want us to build essentially a fund operating system, right? Like a platform where they can manage all of their funds. They can find all the documents. If they want to create a new fund, they can connect with their law firm. If they want to make an investment out of a fund, they can connect with the firm that does that. But if they can also do the investment diligence and things like that. And I think what we're finding is a lot of these tools that we built rhyme. And so a lot of the diligence stuff that we need to build for this is actually things that already exist in Vault. And so really figuring out what those abstractions are. I do think as we scale, especially for these enterprise customers, there is some of this you will need to do because historically, the problem we hear from all these clients is just we don't know where our data is, both on law firms and enterprise. We have all these custom built systems. We need to connect them. And there is some of this where you can't just go in and say, hey, just put MCP on everything and we'll just absorb it. You really do need to sit down with these clients and figure it out. But it feels very scalable. This isn't something that I think has been a big issue. And we've sold the same platform to all our corporates and all our big law firms.
If you're not listening to your customers and iterating based on their feedback, your startup will fail. So if you're drowning in feedback from support, reviews, calls, it's time for Interpret. Interpret is the customer intelligence platform that helps you turn random comments and feedback into actionable insights that help grow your company. Their AI system is already trained on your business and your product. It then reads all your support tickets. It reads all your reviews, call transcripts, and surveys. Then their agents actually update your team in Jira, Linear, Zendesk, and Slack. So this feedback doesn't just sit in some email or messaging thread, but it actually helps keep your team moving the ball forward. Find out why Canva, Notion, and Perplexity are already using Interpret to stay on top of what they need to fix or build next. So if you're ready to turn feedback chaos into customer intelligence, head to interpret.com/twist to book a demo and see it in action. That's ENTERPRET.com/twist.